Alright, so what's up? Today is the first of hopefully quite a few videos here. We're talking about GC champs. Trying to break it down, give an IGL perspective, I hope it's interesting. And anyway, today we're going to start off by watching Falcons. So they showed a really quite crazy comp today. Like, it's not just about having Cypher plus Deadlock. Uh, it's not just about having Yoru, but overall it combines. It's like, when did you see someone play that before, right? So we're going to break down basically how it was so successful, because you look at it and you're probably thinking it was just they just kind of played defensively, and that's what I thought kind of at the core of it as well when I was on my watch party. But watching again, we can see actually really interesting stuff, right? So we're going to start from the first round. Give me 1 second. I'm low quality YouTube videos, I know, I'm so sorry. Let me open my pen. Right, so we're going to start off. I want you guys to focus on B main basically, and let's look at the utils, right? So Flash, Prowler, I think they use, and One Way. Basically, let's start off by watching this. So, kind of what we need to look out for from Falcons is actually that they didn't just play defensively, but in fact they forced the enemies, they forced ALG to go into what they wanted, right? So if we look at it, I'll just go back. I was talking, but basically what they did was they started instantly with a Yoru flash, instantly with a Prowler, it should be, and an Omen one way. Plus, if they were ready to contest, Toki is here ready to Omen flash, right? We see that, so it means that, okay, now Eva has B main control. Look at that. Mary instantly teleports across. They instantly put the wall, the smoke, because they know if B main is clear, that kind of means ALG's around A, right? And as we see, they are around A. Look at the professional pen use. So yeah, basically, they come into A and we look at all the setup, all the people. They kind of got a little bit scared of mid for a second here, but in the end, the A side execute is coming. And just focus on what they're doing here, right? We'll zoom in on the radar for a second. Basically, as we see, Lexa is doing a really good job here by kind of creating space, right? So what you need to do on the bomb site normally, like she was around elbow, but now she knows she needs to move in and take more space towards the site, right? Because this kind of, it creates space. You move over one spot, and this allows your teammates to flood in, right? So if Lexa would stay on elbow, Manvi would come to elbow, and they would be sitting on top of each other's heads, right? So it's really good what she does. And then also Lexa, I mean, I think she might just reposition because she moved. But anyway, it works out even better because Mary sent her TP in from heaven as well. And this meant that if we watch it play out, there are 3 people in the bomb site ready to fight the site, right? And this was all set up from the initial point of having the info on B main, having the info watching the line on mid, that they could end in this kind of stack A and catch ALG completely off. And as well, they hit good shots. And we can skip ahead a little bit. And basically they win out the 2v2. Nice, confident, fast retake. And they shut them down. And I just think it's a great round to kind of see that it's not just about, okay, they had this good setup on site, but more that they did stuff on B main so that even if ALG had started towards B, started towards mid, they would have been pushed, they would have been fought against, and that would have forced them into the setup on A no matter what. And it's just great tactical level. That's it. All right, so next round we're going to look at is basically it's the same thing but in reverse, right? As you can see, Big Cypher Deadlock set up towards A, and the trio are set towards B this time, and the trio is towards A. So let's try to look at how they are going to try and force them into the setup, right? So right here, they kind of don't have info. They're kind of waiting for the A push, while at the same time waiting for B push. Manvi just puts the wall early on mid. I think that's like good choice, right? They're not going to get pushed by anything fast this round. But basically, as they understand, like we can pause, check out Toki fast on the radar cam again. We can see that she is taking deep A, and again, it's the same concept before, right? If you have some guys super deep on A like this, they kind of have to go B, right? And Toki even takes it one step further, right? She really tries to fight this guy. She tries to show the Cypher, hey, do not come here. I am going to destroy you. You have to. Your team has to go B, right? Makes sense, because if you don't have any control on A, you kind of have to go B. So they're doing it pretty good right here. They're stacked up towards B, and in the end, what the ALG call? They're scared of this guy on A. They know, hey, we have no space on A. Probably a better choice. End towards B, right? It's kind of basic, but when you're playing against Cypher Deadlock, where they have all this insane setup, as we're going to watch here, stun, into net, into Deadlock ulti, like you're cooked. You're just cooked. It's simple as that. And it's just, again, another, it's the reverse from before, right? They did aggro towards B, now they did aggro towards A, but it just shows, like, it's kind of, no matter what the option is, it's kind of hard, right? Because you have to either fight into a big trio or run into a defensive duo that's just unstoppable. Plus Yoru fast rotating in, yeah, it's unstoppable. And I mean, the rest of the round is a formality, right? But Eva cleans them up, and yeah, it was great. So again here, let's just watch one more round. Basically, we're going to watch the same thing as we just watched the last round. But as we see, we have trio towards A, defensive duo towards B, and we're just going to kind of watch how they play proactive again on A, right? Like, they try and take the line, right? They wait a little bit for the push. It's basically like their game plan is really smooth. Like, they wait for initial aggression. Initial aggression doesn't come. Okay, cool. Let's use our trio to fight for a deep space, and then make sure our duo is ready to stop a push, right? So again, you see Mary super deep here. She's cleared fully A, right? And then after that, she said goodbye. I'm going B. And now, like, look at this ready for B. You've got trips. You've got everything. B execute comes in. Let's watch it. Basically, Lex is making time on the traps. They spam one kill from heaven. Yoru Flash comes in, and what can you do? You can't do anything anymore. Deadlock Nade was also there. Like, it's just unstoppable. And this really is like, it really goes against what you think a typical ranked approach would be, right? Of playing one sentinel each side, and you kind of spread it out. But it's more like they know, okay, this one side super strong, and we're gonna do everything in our power to force them into that side, right? And again here, this is again like, it's not the same like as on a main, but it's deep in position in mid, right? Toki does an insanely good job here to basically, she has this deep position in mid. They know that. What can ALG do? If ALG run to A, she might... I think she hears it from here. Actually, I'm not sure. But she should hear some kind of rotation, or if they come to mid, she's just going to kill them, and that's it, right? So in the end, ALG are running to A on super low time, and yeah, Toki must hear them, right? Because look at them now. They all start to move away to A. And just look at the time. Like, it's just, again, like, their Falcons have forced ALG to just simply play their game. And that's just... It's just brutal. It's just tough luck, really. Madvi takes some kills, and it's over one more time. Alright, so as we move into this round, we're going to check... Let's zoom in on the map, actually. Oh, sorry, one sec. Oh, sorry. So as we can see here, again, this is basically the same setup. We look at the map, it's the same, right? A trio fighting for A and a defensive duo on B. And we're going to see kind of the layers to what they've done, right? They really have like kind of protocol-based stuff worked in. Like, as I said earlier, basically... Falcons, they don't instantly fight for the line, right? They only did that one round on the bonus, that was on B main. But on A, normally, they're waiting a few seconds and then trying to take that deep line, right? We saw that on the previous couple of rounds. So now we're going to see why they do that, right? Because ALG are showing pressure early, and because they're in this chill positions, this is where Toki can just, you know, abuse the Phantom, right? Kind of better than the Vandal. I'm still picking up Vandal, I'm going to be honest, but, you know. Right, she abuses with the spam. Mary's chilling on Heaven as well. It's also good to notice what Mary does. She is really, after the cage came in, stuff like this, she was really expecting that, okay, they might take ramp with, obviously, the breach stun, right? They're not just aware of, like, this is our game, they're also aware of enemy comp. So Mary's anti-stun, she then tries to fight it back with a flash, doesn't really work out, but in the end, fine, they block it up with the smoke. And the ALG are cooked. Like, you can just see that they're kind of like, it seems to me like they thought that they were going to have the aggression, right? They thought that Falcons were just playing aggro. But in reality, they were waiting a second to see where ALG kind of what their start of the round was, and then kind of reacting upon that. Really, like, kind of well-rounded ideas overall. And in the end, you see now they know, okay, Rush is probably coming. Rush comes, and Toki just bangs her out of the sky. Like, what can you even say? This is like, it's getting to the point of the game now where ALG are just like kind of in desperate mode, but at the same time, you can see that maybe land stage is affecting them, something like this, and they were a bit terrified there. So yeah, I mean, 8-0 already, like. I mean, if I'm sitting there, down one map, down 8-0, like, I'm thinking about the lower bracket, like, let's be honest, so, yeah. Alright, I wanted to end it with the final round on defense, just because I think, like, it's good to show that it wasn't just all bad from ALG, right? They did actually do some decent stuff, and we're going to watch this round how they were a bit aware, right? So first of all, they start with the nade, break one Cypher trap, good, right? And they're kind of working on two different spaces, right? They're kind of pressuring mid, pressuring A, and they're just not that worried about the deep thing, right? Kind of what was happening was they were getting pressured into, being forced into the double sentinel, but instead now they're like, okay, we accept that you're going to take the deep line on A, and instead we're going to try to break stuff from the double sentinel, right? So they broke some trap, they broke the camera. We'll skip ahead a little bit, but basically they broke some setup, so they feel comfortable ending into the double sentinel now, right? They're not scared of this aggressive trio, deep info, you know, like, obviously, the reason why this is so scary is because to get through the smokes like this, you kind of have to invest big utils, right? You have to invest something like dog, maybe stun, maybe breach utils, and that means that, you know, they're going to rotate back because the info is early, right? And then you're executing site with no utils, right? So it kind of like, it makes sense that they're more comfortable to go into the site where they don't really play proactive. But the problem was they weren't hitting any utils, right? So now that they've burned some of the utils, not all, let's admit it, not all, it's not amazing from ALG. Like, they can obviously default better, but I just wanted to show that it's one decent round. And they still lose it, right? So we're going to see why. First, no trade kill here, not great. And then And then maybe kills one more, like it's 5v3 already, but they take kills back, alright? Let's be happy with ourselves, they take kills back. Cypher won a big duel on A, but we're just gonna see, like, we're gonna see why Falcons is one of the top teams from a top organization in the world, and why ALG is, to be honest, I don't know the organizational status, but they're inexperienced, right? They're from China, the people are not used to the stage, whatever, okay? Because we're gonna see basically Eva comes in, takes one kill, Lexa kills Heaven, they both turn around and they kill this guy as well. Like, we can watch the sequence again, it's just like, actually, it was kind of a good round from ALG. They kind of, macro-wise, they understood what they were doing. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good. They got some trades, and in the end, it didn't even matter anyway. Like, that's just sad, you know? That's just sad. Alright, so let's end it by watching the final round of the game. Just, you know, we'll see what Falcons did on the T side. Overall, we didn't see much. Unfortunately, it wasn't 13-0. I know, it kind of sucks, but it's fine. Basically, let's watch how they did it, right? So, instantly, Falcons take B main, right? You can see kind of the pacing of the default versus what ALG did, right? They're much more confident, they're much more thing in what they do. So basically, imagine if Cypher even played on B, Toki would have instantly, you know, broken a camera, maybe tried to spam a trap, and they've taken the deadlock ult, and they've started to take space towards mid. And Lex a better cage on it, right? You see how many things they already achieved in 10 seconds compared to what ALG did on that previous round we just showed? It's kind of like, you can kind of see that difference, right? And then also Madvi does a great job on top. She has this deadlock stun, right? Which we're going to see in about 15 seconds or so. This stops the reclear on B, right? Like, it's really... It's great stuff they do with the deadlock, honestly. Like, it's impressive and fits the map well on split, you see, right? Kind of defaulty style. So they pressure towards B heaven. Again, they're just trying to, you know, they're trying to work up the map. And we see here, okay, the stun, it stops the push on B. In the end, Toki actually does still die, but you see, it's still good ideas, right? In the end, Falcons are going to do good reaction. They're going to rush A. They're going to pick off Cypher here. Sorry, spoilers. No more spoilers, okay? Let's let the round play out. But basically, they go A, and they win the 3v4. And we can take away from this what we take away from the other rounds, right? Sometimes your enemy's just having a good day. Sometimes they're just shooting better, you know? Not that they're having a good day, but, you know, sometimes they're just shooting. And we're going to see Raze is flying out, coming in, and we're going to see another Mad V classic. Boom, boom, and boom. And the game's done. So, yeah, I mean, nothing to say. It's just like, just really interesting to break down what they did on the CT side. Okay, so I mean, let's end this by looking at the stats. So as we see, we didn't get to watch the Haven today, but you know, it's a good game from Falcons. This is like a good comp for them. Maybe Haven wasn't the best pick from ALG, but yeah, I mean, this is a good comp on Haven. They played it before. They beat my team odd one out when we were playing in last main event. You know, unlucky, but you know, yeah. And then they went to play Split. And yeah, they played great. Mad V insane game. Like, everyone had insane game, right? Even Toki, like, you know, she was getting value. She was doing a lot of stuff with the smokes, anchoring down A when she needed to. And yeah, I mean, now we can check the bracket. Basically, Falcons are going to go up tomorrow against Shopify. I think that's going to be a really big test. Shopify as well. They're also playing with some deadlock, some quirky comps. So we might see like a really banger game there. Also G2, blah blah blah. And yeah, I mean, if you guys see this should be posted the morning before these games, I think. Yeah, should be. So if you guys want to come on my Twitch, twitch.tv/JadenWa, you can check out. I'm probably going to watch G2 game and the Shopify game. So yeah, feel free to come and watch, and we'll see how Falcons do. Will they play Split again? Will they pull out Deadlock on, I don't know, I was going to say Lotus, but Lotus isn't in the map though. You know, we'll see. We'll find out. And yeah, cool. See ya.